the poets ran out of words, but he's also running out of time, man. A lot of the fan base are turning on him. You know what I'm saying? For me, like I said, I've kind of done all of that nonsense in and out, and I just want what's best for the club, innit? But like,
Time
bro,
is ticking. Time is ticking.
man.
Time
Did
is
you
ticking.
leave early? Did you leave early yesterday? Was it?
I left early. The game time was ticking. To be honest, see yesterday's game. Yesterday's game was a battle of the flipping. It was a 6-pointer. It was the battle of the flipping. I don't know.
The mids, battle of the mids, yeah.
Battle of the mids, or the second worst team in the league. You know what I mean? We were battling to see who's the second worst team in the league. Because, like you said, the bottom three came up. They're going down. So it's really only between Wolves and whoever's in front of them. But looking at yesterday's game, and to be fair to Spurs had a lot of players come back from injury who are big players for them, who were injured beforehand. And then they also were at home to a bad Man United. For Spurs not to take home advantage, also having their big players come back yesterday, it would have been unfair as well for them in terms of, if you look at their situation that they're in, not to really be saying this is 3 points. Imagine Man United, we've got our injuries at Old Trafford. You know, we got Spurs coming along with all their problems, and we got players like Ahmad and that coming back. We expect to win that game. So Spurs expected to win the game. It wasn't a pretty game. It's not one of those games where I look at Amorim and I'm like, oh, Amorim, like, you know, like yesterday's game is not the game why I'm upset with Amorim. There's a lot of reasons why I'm upset with Amorim, but it wasn't yesterday's game. Yesterday was just a reminder of what's been happening beforehand. But I wouldn't say United deserved the point or deserved to win. At the end of the day, it's two crap teams and one of them's got home advantage. You know what I'm saying? So they got to take that advantage. But what I would say is that Amorim is coming at Man United and he's underestimated the job. And let's deal with what Amorim said himself. Amorim's admitted that he's underestimated the job. Because when he's asked the question, you said that there's going to be a storm and we're going to all have to deal with a storm. But has this storm been worse than you had thought? Amorim said, of course, it's been worse than I thought. So that shows that he's underestimated the level of the storm. Amorim thought it was going to rain Amorim thought it was going to be spitting a bit of rain, a bit of wind, but there's tornadoes going on. And he's like, whoa, this is a real storm. You know what I'm saying? Noah and the ark. And he has to get everyone on board. But the reality is not everyone's getting on board. When the storm comes, and this is a perfect analogy, Noah and the ark. When the storm comes, people have to believe you to jump on your ark, that's where the safety is going to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody that what you have planned is the safe option. And when there's a storm going on, people start to doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, where should I go? Where should I hide for cover? Amorim has to galvanize this group of players and tell them, I know how to get us out of this storm. But they don't know if he's the man. And I feel like the reason is because only wins make people start believing. And the problem we have is that you can look at Ange. Ange has played and has shown that Spurs can play to a high level when they have all their players and they're in their system. We've seen Spurs playing at a high level with Ange. But the problem with what Amorim has is that he's not been backed. He doesn't know if he's going to get backed because it depends on players being sold. And this is a key part. Everybody agreed. We don't care if we're sitting bottom half of the league, but we can see something to get behind in terms of a style of play in football. The biggest problem that Amorim has is that he's come in and he hasn't shown anything to the fan base to actually really get behind. You know what I'm saying? We're not scoring 4s and 5s and turning over some of the lower teams.
No,
we're actually struggling with the lower side teams and maybe turning up with the bigger side teams in the league. So
we're getting turned over by the small teams, 3-0, 2-0, 3.
That's the problem.
Just to kind of and continue with your point, when you're losing, I feel like it's more like you need to see a bit more to like when you're in that moment, because you might be in that moment again. So when it's like that PTSD of when we're in this moment, can the manager galvanize us and basically set us up in a way where we're not going to be continuing to lose? So saying that we go on a 1-2 game losing run, is it going to be 3-4? Is it going to be, you know what I mean? Like, and that's something that I am a bit concerned.
You said it. Ever since you gave them the 2-game challenge, they haven't stepped up.
Not once. Not once. Not
Win
once.
2 games back to back.
No, we haven't
Win
won
2
that in
league
Premier League.
games.
Yeah.
Just win 2 league games back to back, and they haven't stepped up. So they're panicking, and that's a problem. When you go through, when you're Manchester United and you're 15th in the league, you can't put 2 wins together. Noradine's been telling us this is relegation form, but everyone's just playing games, like laughing and smiling. And this is what I want to say to you is this. If Wolves are able to catch us, so is flipping Ipswich. Because
they won't. That's the problem. They won't.
Well, no, but this is my thing. If I
don't need that. But Musa, I don't need Ipswich to catch us up. Yeah, for me to be like, yo, we're a dead team. I know Ipswich don't need to do anything.
No, we're a dead team. No, we're a dead team, Saeed. We're a dead team. But can we get relegated? Where is our next win coming from?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I swear down to you, bro. Even that game against Ipswich at home, I watched it now. Yeah. Hold on a minute.
Do it now. Get the fixture.
No, but I keep doing it, Nuruddin. I'm tired,
get
man.
Fixtures up. Get the fixtures
I've done it too many times, bro. What's the point? There's no point looking at fixtures.
There's no win, man. No, my thing is this. Then my thing is this. Then I want to look at Wolves and Ipswich's fixtures. Where can they pick up wins? Because I don't think we're going to pick up any wins. But when I look at Ipswich and I look at Wolves, they're having a go at teams. Even Leicester.
Yeah, no, but it Wolves went at Liverpool. They could have got something like that.
Yeah, there we go. So they look like they're more likely to pick up a win in the right games. We just don't look like we're going to pick up a win.
Musa, I watched Ipswich here against Aston Villa, and they played with 10 men against Aston Villa.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though Rashford came on in the second half, yeah, and did something, yeah. But Ipswich looked good, you know.
Yeah, Ipswich looked good. They put in a shift. This is what I'm saying. So if these teams can pick up, we're all saying, oh, we can't get caught. We can't see Man United getting another win, but we can see Wolves and Ipswich picking up one here or there. They only need to get 3 wins in the next 7 games or
that's
5 games.
We haven't been doing that. That's the issue. But and we've like that's what I'm saying. We have created, and by the way, big up to Rant's Raid, by the way. Big up the people joining from Rant's channel. My thing is, yeah, that buffer that we've created here, I don't see it as a positive. Like, it's not a positive. That is just an indictment of the fact that we still have a 5% chance of getting relegated.
This buffer. Let's see how big this buffer is. What's this buffer that we have?
It's a big buffer. It's not, but it's mostly you don't need to look at that for you to be like, we are shit and what's going wrong?
But can we get caught? I want to know if we can get caught.
I don't think so. I'll be listen. That would be my famous last words, but I don't think so. They've not put up a run all season, Ipswich. They've not. So for me, it's like I'm not really looking at that, bro. That's in back. But the fact that we're 15, bro. If West Ham beat Arsenal next week, which I don't know the chance of that year, then we are gonna be 16. That's enough for me to know that we are rubbish. Even if you're finishing top 10, it's rubbish. I called that.
You know that's the fact David Moyes has come in to an Everton side. That
that's damning. That's the damning.
That's the damning.
I don't care what anybody says, yeah, about it's not his team and it's no. A manager that can get 4 wins out of 6, yeah, that right there should be credited. I don't care who it is, man.
Credited.
Amorim was coming. Amorim is tasked with coming in. This I'm talking to you lot here. This is an opinion and what I see. Amorim's been tasked with to get Manchester United. So Ten Hag said he's not going to do it. Ten Hag shit himself, right? Ollie tried to do it in his last year, and we were getting battered right, left, and center because Ollie tried to do this full press thing. Now, we talked about our players not being conditioned to play this modern style of football where it's very robust, and at times you have to play one-on-one, right? Very robust, and at times you have to play one-on-one, right? So that's the thing. So Ollie tried it. He got battered, right? And Ollie then came out and explained that it was like, well, we're playing counter-attacking football, really, defending and then sucking and then moments FC. That's what we were living off. I couldn't do it. Ten Hag came in and Ten Hag said, I'm not doing it. I don't have the players to do this, to play that type of football that what I was brought in, which we truly criticized him for. Amorim has come in and said, no, I'm going, and that's the biggest thing I respect. Coaches who are going to die. If Amorim was to change now, I would be like, he's a coward. So let me explain what I'm saying to you. David Moyes has gone in to a Everton. If you know about Sean Dyche and David Moyes, they play similar style of football. right? They play similar style of football. The most important thing that he's done, and because I got Evertonians who I've got really close with, you know what I mean? I've been to watch United away Everton, you know what I mean? I can get tickets, you know what I mean? Sitting with the nice chairs, like let's say a Goodison, you know, I've always known I've got people, right? And when you looked at it, Sean Dyche, psychologically, the players were all down. David Moyes has come in, gave confidence to Beto, but they've not changed the style of play, the way they've been playing. At times they play, but if you watch the way they play, they get the ball quick as they win it, and they get the ball up the pitch quick as they can. There is no intricacy of passing and playing throughout the back, right? So it's a different type of football. Amorim has come in, and he's trying to instill. Now you could say you can blame him for this. He's trying to instill a style of play that is quite robust and the way he wants to play, right? Into a football club where majority of the players cannot fit in. And even Ranić told us how many managers back that Manchester United players.
Man, I'm sorry.
No, that's not.
Let
let me finish. Just let me finish.
But it's bollocks, mate. It's
bollocks. You can think that, but let me finish.
What are you talking about?
Let me finish. Ranić said Manchester United. So I'm trying to explain something to you because I don't know if you know the historical context of this, right? Right. And I'll never forget the game. Never in my life will I forget the game. Liverpool at home first, because he came in January, didn't he? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in at Christmas, didn't he? Against Liverpool, he tried Lingard, Rashford, Herrera, Martial. I think there was 4 players in the first time in the history of Manchester United. Within 35 minutes, 4 players pulled up with muscle injuries because we tried to press as much as Liverpool. We tried to do the press as Liverpool did under Jurgen Klopp. Those players were pulled up. We couldn't play that football. So what did we do? What we call cowardly football. You know, everybody behind the ball, and then we counter-attack and play transitional football. Ruben Amorim has come in and said, nah, fuck that. We're going to try to play a certain way, the modern way. Unfortunately, Ineos, who hired him, who interviewed him in the summer, knew that the squad is not compatible to play the way he wants to play. But he's come and said, nah, from day dot, I'm going to play my style of football. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to go change for nobody. And he has tried to stick to that. But please don't try to compare us because they're winning games, Everton and Manchester United. United are trying to play a different way of football.
Results. Are we in a results-based business? Yes or no?
No, Saeed, no, listen to me. I want you to check. I want you to calm down. Remember what you were saying before Amorim came in. You said you want a manager to come in and steal his style of play. Now,
I did say that.
Unfortunately, as Musa has alluded to it, Musa's alluded to this. Amorim has now realized, oh shit, these players actually cannot play my system. And I've tried.
Does that mean we can't get results?
No.
So what my thing is this, though, Norman.
He's trying to stick to the way of playing.
Why can't they just do the back 5 then? Why can't they? Because the system, I get it, but there's different ways to implement that system. There's a defensive way, there's an offensive way, there's a possession-based one. You can play that system and be counter-attack. You can play that system and be defensive. You can play that system and be possession-based. When he comes in at Man United and he hasn't got the players to be attacking or possession-based, then he has to play that system in a defensive way.
Okay, Musa. But listen, he's saying to you, I've listened to his press conferences really carefully.
Yeah, he's a good
Omar Barada, when I thought he's a good speaker, side, he said the club, the guy on Sky asked him, the club has asked me to start the work, meaning that to play like one of the big clubs where Manchester United are not doing shit baggery. And we have seen that against Man City, even though they've not been that great this season. We went to the Etihad and actually had controlled aspects of the ball game, and actually we deserved to win that game. We had the better chances in the second half.
No, I agree.
Against Liverpool, we had the better chances. Now, I'm sorry to say, guys, the football we've gone to the Etihad on the pep and won like cowards, pure counter-attacking football on the Oli. Here, he's trying to change that way of playing where United can keep hold of the ball. Now, where I agree with both you, Musa, and Saeed is that we don't have the players, so can you slightly it's slightly kind of vary the way you're playing. Can you slightly make it so that you're not bleeding? You know what I mean? Stop the bleeding, right? That's what Moose say. Stop. Well, I know what he's saying, Sally. Stop the bleeding. But at this moment in time, he's not found the formula to stop the bleeding. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. When majority of you come out and say, but look at Everton are winning. If you're looking for wins, any donkey, let me finish. Gary fucking O'Neill can come here, right? Any decent level coach can come here and make Manchester United hard to beat, stop conceding goals, and then we play for free kicks and fucking corners, try to score winners, headers. Everybody can do that. But the guy is trying to change something that Ranić tried it. Remember, Ranić tried it for 45 minutes. He worked. Then the players were like, "Now we can't do this shit. We can't." Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried it. 4 injuries in 25 minutes. Manchester, it's never happened in 30-something years, 40-something years in the history of Manchester United. No 4 players have gone off within 25 minutes of the biggest game in English football at Old Trafford. I was there. Saeed was there. We saw it with our own eyes.